Have you ever wondered how two major conflicts in the world, the Russia-Ukraine war and the Israel-Palestine war, are different from each other? Let's start with a brief introduction to both. The Russia-Ukraine war, a geopolitical tug-of-war that traces its roots back to the fall of the Soviet Union, has been a center of global attention for the past decade. The key players in this conflict are Russia, led by President Vladimir Putin, and Ukraine, under the leadership of President Volodymyr Zelensky. On the other side of the globe, we have the Israel-Palestine conflict, a century-long strife deeply rooted in religious, political, and territorial disputes. Key players here include the State of Israel, led by Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, and Palestine, with the Palestinian Authority and Hamas at its helm. These conflicts, while seeming similar on the surface, have unique complexities and nuances. Now that we have a basic understanding of these two conflicts, let's delve into the key differences. So, what sets these two conflicts apart from each other? First, let's consider geographical scope. The Russia-Ukraine war is a conflict between two neighboring nations, largely concentrated around eastern Ukraine's disputed areas. On the other hand, the Israel-Palestine conflict is centered around a relatively small area, but its impact reverberates through the entire Middle East and beyond. Next, there's the matter of international involvement. The Russia-Ukraine conflict has seen limited direct foreign intervention, but it has significantly strained global diplomacy. In contrast, the Israel-Palestine conflict has seen extensive international involvement, with many countries having a vested interest in its outcome. Then there's historical context. The Russia-Ukraine war is a relatively recent development, sparked in 2014 by political and territorial disputes. However, the Israel-Palestine conflict has roots going back thousands of years, steeped in religious and national identity issues. Religious significance also plays a role. The Israel-Palestine conflict is deeply intertwined with religious beliefs and sacred sites, adding another layer of complexity. In contrast, the Russia-Ukraine war is more about political power and territorial sovereignty than religion. Finally, the nature of the disputes differs. The Russia-Ukraine conflict is primarily about territorial sovereignty, while the Israel-Palestine dispute is more about national identity and self-determination. These key differences highlight the complexity of each conflict and remind us that no two conflicts are the same. In essence, the Russia-Ukraine war and the Israel-Palestine war are two unique conflicts with their own sets of complexities. Each carries its own historical baggage, divergent political dynamics, and distinctive cultural implications. These contrasts have molded their respective realities, from the Russia-Ukraine war's geopolitical power play to the deeply rooted religious and territorial disputes in the Israel-Palestine war. Understanding these differences is the first step towards understanding these conflicts in their entirety. Remember, knowledge is the key to informed discussions and ultimately, peace.